watching News 4 at noon in high definition.
Good afternoon, and thank you for taking some time out of your busy day to join us for News 4 at noon. I'm Mike Colombo, in today for Robin Smith. New at noon, a man is dead after an accident with a school bus carrying over 30 elementary students. You can see the overturned bus here. The accident happened around 8 o'clock this morning in Wadsworth, Illinois, about 45 miles north of Chicago. It's believed the bus driver may have ran a red light before he collided with two SUVs. The Lake County Sheriff says 23 children are in good to fair condition. Another 12 students were sent by ambulance to the hospital. At least one of those students, we're told, suffered broken bones. The March jobs report is out and the unemployment rate is lower, but it fell for the wrong reason. Christine Romans is in New York to break down the numbers and explain what they mean. All right, Katie, some sketchy unemployment news, but what's that weather looking like? Hopefully better than that. Thank you, Katie. New at noon, we're investigating why the Internal Revenue Service raided two area businesses this morning. The first raid was at Tax King inside the check land check cashing in the 4300 block of Natural Bridge. The business was forced to shut down, but just reopened a little over an hour ago. Downtown at the same time, the currency exchange in the 1800 block of Olive was also raided. We're asking why these businesses were targeted, coming up on News 4 at 5 o'clock. And we're also asking questions about an armed robbery Tuesday in the 5000 block of Virginia Avenue. The Circuit Attorney's Office alleges 22-year-old Robert Burns stole a woman's cell phone after threatening her with a gun. Burns is now charged with robbery and armed criminal action. Prosecuting attorney Jennifer Joyce said on her Twitter account Burns was already out on bond at the same time of the crime. We're looking into this situation. We'll have an update on that as well. That on News 4 at 6 o'clock. Scary story out of the Metro East. Fairview Heights police are searching for a group of men who tried picking up a 14-year-old girl as she walked home from school. The girl told police she was leaving Pontiac Junior High School Wednesday when a group of men in a car began following her. They asked her to get in, but the girl ran home and called police. Police believe the suspects were driving a vehicle similar to this red Dodge Magnum wagon. The girl provided only a vague description of the young men inside, but she did tell police there was a passenger close to her age in the back seat. News 4 is also talking with police today to find out more about an overnight stabbing in Kirkwood. Our News 4 crews were on the scene in the 300 block of Electric just after 10 o'clock last night. A 21-year-old woman was stabbed in the stomach during a disturbance. She suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police tell News 4 they are still very early in the investigation and no arrests have been made just yet. The St. Louis City Police Department is expected to announce charges today against two men accused of ambushing three people Wednesday night. Chief Dotson tweeting overnight, two suspects have been arrested. I covered this story Thursday morning. A man, woman, and teenager were in North City to look at a car they saw on Craigslist when the suspects opened fire on them. The man was shot but was able to drive and call for help. Another person attacked during a Craigslist exchange, this time in the Metro East. The Republic Times says Monroe County deputies caught the armed robbery suspect in Hecker Thursday night. The victim met the suspect to buy some speakers. The man selling the speakers pulled a gun, took the $210, and drove off. Good to know he's behind bars. We want you to take a look here at this bad guy. Two different police agencies need your help tracking him down. He was seen on surveillance hopping behind a Walgreens drug counter in Washington, Missouri, and stealing large amounts of narcotics. Police say he tried the same thing earlier this week in Wentzville, but got away. If you recognize him, call police. Well, the fallout continues at Rutgers University in New Jersey. The latest announcement, athletic director Tim Pernetti has been fired. The decision comes just days after Pernetti fired the school's men's basketball coach Mike Rice after an ESPN report revealed this video showing Rice shoving, throwing balls, and yelling homophobic slurs at players during practice. Pernetti was recently praised for getting Rutgers into the Big Ten Conference and is currently one of 5 finalists for the NCAA Athletic Director of the Year award. Needless to say, he probably won't be getting that award. Well, what do Bill Clinton, Stephen Colbert, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Twitter founder and St. Louis native Jack Dorsey have in common? They are all in St. Louis this weekend for the 2013 Clinton Global Initiative University taking place at Washington University. 1,200 people are invited to this year's meetings at WashU. The weekend's events will focus on 5 areas: education, environment and climate change, peace and human rights, eliminating poverty, and public health. WashU officials say the school was selected for this year's event in part because of its institutional commitment to training the next generation of civic leaders. Have you heard about this one? A couple of comments from members of the First family have a lot of people talking. The first is from President Obama. Last night at a fundraiser in California, he called State Attorney General Kamala Harris brilliant and dedicated, also saying, quote, "by far the best-looking Attorney General." First Lady Michelle Obama made some headlines of her own for a surprising slip-up during a sit-down interview.
We have to deal with the question of access, and believe me, as a busy single mother, or I shouldn't say single, as a busy mother, sometimes when you've got the husband who's president, it can feel a little single, but he's there.
Pretty smooth recovery there, Mrs. Obama. She seemed to catch her misstep and immediately made fun of herself. Mrs. Obama was giving that interview to a Vermont TV station, talking about the struggle many parents face balancing their home life with their work. A Chicago newspaper writer who turned his love for the cinema into a multimedia career has lost a decade-long battle with cancer. Later, we'll take a look back at the life of Roger Ebert. But first, charging your phone could turn deadly. A warning coming from Missouri fire officials on why you need to be careful where you power up your phone. You might want to think twice about when and where you charge your cell phone. If you're like me and charge it next to your bed while you sleep, fire officials say that is not a good idea. Several recent incidents have shown how dangerous that is, especially if your charging station at home is a mess. Do you have tangled cords stretched across papers, books, or other potentially flammable objects? Or maybe your phone is under your pillow while you sleep. I'm blushing right now. One Missouri fire district says all of these options can end in disaster. Here's something else to watch out for. You don't want to overcharge your phone. That could cause the battery to heat up and the phone could possibly overheat or malfunction. Next on News 4 at noon, a federal judge overrules the Obama administration over the controversial morning after pill. Plus, magic-making duo Penn and Teller are getting themselves a gold star today. Find out why later on News 4 at noon. But first, take a look at your fun fact. On this day in 1614, Pocahontas married English colonist John Rolfe in Virginia. What name did she go by after she converted to Christianity? We'll tell you about that coming up.
In high definition.
New at noon, a federal judge in New York has ordered the FDA to make the morning after pill available to girls of all ages without a prescription. The controversial emergency contraception pill, popularly known as Plan B, typically works up to 72 hours after intercourse. Currently, only women 17 years and older can buy the pill without a prescription. The decision comes after reproductive rights groups filed suit to remove age restrictions. The judge gave the FDA 30 days to make the change. Concern continues to grow in China. 6 people have now died from a new strain of bird flu. At least 14 cases of the H7N9 virus have been reported so far. No cases of human-to-human transmission of the virus have been confirmed. It's now time to answer the fun fact.
My 8- and 9-year-old daughters know this because they're a big fan of Pocahontas. On this day in 1614, Pocahontas married English colonist John Rolfe in Virginia. What name did she go by after she converted to Christianity?
The answer is Lady Rebecca. Remember, you can find this question, answer, and other trivia topics on our KMOV Trivia app. That app is free, so load it onto your smartphone. We appreciate you spending this noon hour with us. We'll be back here tonight for News 4 at 5. Until then, have a great day.